First, let me explain a little bit about the state police. And my name is Joe J. Davis. I retired about 12 years ago. So some of the things may have changed over the course of the years. But the state police patrol all the limited access highways in Connecticut and also 69 towns that don't have an organized police department. Those towns have what we call resident troopers and constables. The resident troopers in charge of the town and constables work under the resident trooper for those towns. Now, as far as allocation of resources, in the towns, the board of selectmen or the select person, they determine what size police department they want to have within that particular town because they have to pay for these services. They don't pay the full price, but they do have to make payments. And once they decide how many troopers they need for their services, then they can supplement them with constables. The constables, they have somewhat limited investigative powers. Although some of the larger towns like Old Lyme and some of the bigger ones that have large constabularies, their constables can go a little further. It basically depends on their training. Some have more training than others. Now, as far as the highway, it depends on statistics. If you have a certain area that's high in accidents, fatal accidents, things of that nature where you have problems, then you have to allocate the patrol based on the needs. So, depending on what stretch of highway you have, like 95 in New Haven is a lot busier than 95 out by Clinton. So you will have more troopers in the Long Wharf area or the Moses Willow Bridge, which is down by Bridgeport, where there's a lot more bridges and congestions and traffic issues than somewhere where it's like 91 would require less patrolling. So it all based on statistics, accidents, and they will sum up as to where the need fit best.
Uh,
They have what they call a racial profiling form. When the trooper make contact, there's a form you fill out, and one of the things on the form it lists the race of the individual. So they use these statistics to keep track of the race of the person that they have been stopping. If you have something that's really high, out proportionate, then there might be something that they feel need to be looked into. Although sometimes it could be high, it could be explainable. So this is just a indicator that something you might want to look at. But like I say, when you look at it, given the benefit of the doubt, there may be a reason for that, but at least it's something to bring to your attention.
okay.
Well, one of the things we had back around the 80s where the members of the Black Troopers Association they feel that there was enough troopers on the department because I think back that time we had over 900 troopers and we had about 10 black state troopers. So the organization called the Men for Justice and Cooperation filed a class action lawsuit against the agency, which we won. That was for recruitment, hiring, promotions, and assignments. That brought a lot of change because that did bring more people onto the job and caused some promotions and some assignments to specialized units. One other thing that the state police have, but they have a lot of specialized units, specialty units. So that was uh, something that was positive. Well, they have different things that they get involved in. I know each year they go to the Big E and they have a booth there where they try to get familiar with the people. They have school resource officers. Some of those towns that I mentioned that have police in their towns. And some of the technical schools have school resource officers that try to establish communication, different affairs that go on. Sometimes they have booths there to try to get to know individuals. But like I said, now I'm talking 12 years ago, so I'm sure things hopefully got a lot more modernized over the course of the years. But they try to do public events where you have a large gathering of people. Yep, some of the units that I was in charge of, dignitary protection, auto theft, statewide fugitive task force, gang unit, domestic terrorism, casino license and operations, organized crime.